What's up, everybody? It's Azel2012 here with you, and I got some gameplay again on CoD4. I'm going to go ahead and get right into the topic, and I'm going to explain things because this is about a 7-minute video, and it's probably going to take all of it for me to fill it all in. So I've been watching the C3 tournament by Serial Assassin here lately, and hopefully you guys have been paying attention to that too. A lot of great YouTubers going up, against each other in a cool little tournament, little bracket style thing, so check that out. I will put Serial Assassin's link in the description of this video. And the first round of that tournament was for these YouTubers that are in it. It is what is the defining moment of your childhood? Basically, what moment in your childhood made you who you are or motivated you to be who you are? And this inspired me to make a video. I did not make a video for the C3 tournament. I thought about it, but I was unhappy with how the video kept turning out, and I was incredibly bored with it. So I decided to make this one just not really a response, but just because it's a really good topic. Especially if you're like me and you want to be kind of close to your subscriber base. So here's what it is, and this is a difficult video for me to make this, but I mean, it's been something that's happened so long ago that I guess you could say it's easy for me to talk about, but it's hard for me to share with people that I don't really know, so it's kind of odd. So I was kind of torn on whether or not to do this. I had a weird childhood growing up. I grew up part of my life until I was about 8 years old in southern Indiana, and then when I was almost 9, I moved to Louisiana with my dad, and then later moved into southern Mississippi, and that's where I went to school for the rest of my life and graduated high school and everything. So, and I'm originally from the South. I was born in New Orleans and everything like that, so that's a little bit of backstory on the old Azazel. But when I was 8 years old, I had to move with my dad for reasons I'm not going to go into, but we'll just say that my mother wasn't exactly the most responsible person in the world, and I am old enough and mature enough to admit this now. So when I was 13 years old, 3 days, it was the day after Christmas, my dad came into my room and told me that my mom had died. And when I asked how it had happened, I was 13, mind you, 13 years old. When I asked him what had happened, sorry, I'm get a little tongue-tied with this because it's a weird video, it's kind of a strange topic. When I asked him what happened, he told me that she was murdered. So when I was 13 years old, my mother was murdered, and at this time in my life, my mother had not been around. I hadn't seen her in 3 years. I hadn't spoken to her in over a year, and she had been in and out of jail and doing other, not good things, drugs and other things. So, and she was murdered. And 13 years old, that's very hard to deal with. It to put it very lightly, that fucked me up. And I didn't think it was something that I would ever get over. I didn't think I would ever move past that. I thought that there would never be a day that would go by that I wouldn't be absolutely miserable about this. I was wrong. I was absolutely wrong. This terrible tragedy, this awful thing in my life that happened, that helped shape me, taught me a lot about life. It taught me, first and foremost, take responsibility for your actions. It is the most important thing in your life, to be responsible for your actions. Don't blame other people. Don't say that it's someone else's fault. Don't say that you couldn't do something because someone told you couldn't. That is your responsibility. Take accountability for it. And it taught me that. And with the help of family and friends, as I got older, I began to get over this. I began to learn from it. So it taught me a great deal of things. It taught me not to do drugs and not to be an irresponsible human being. It also taught me to love my family. It taught me to be the best person that I could be. And the reason that it did was because my mother was not the best person that she could have been. My mother was not a good mother to me. She was not a good daughter to my grandparents. She was not a good friend to her friends. She was basically a nomad, you know. She moved around doing things that she shouldn't be doing, illegal things, questionable things. And it made me hate her as a kid. And no one wants to hate their mother. No one wants to hate anyone in their family. I don't think anyone really wants to hate anyone, truthfully. There might be a few sick fucks out there that do. But this taught me that life, not only is it important, but it's important to do something with it. This event shaped me as a human being. It taught me all of these things. And the one thing that it taught me more than anything was that if I wanted anything to be done in my life, if I wanted anything to be important to me, if I wanted to be able to stand tall in the face of opposition, if I wanted to be able to make things work for my life, that I had to be my own hero. I had to take accountability, I had to stand up, and I had to do the things that I needed to do to make myself happy. And I did all of those things. Today I'm 30 years old. It's been 17 years since my mother passed away, and I think about it all the time because it's my mother. But at the same time, I think about all of the good things that came out of it emotionally for me, and how it shaped me as a better person, how it taught me to love the people that I love. So if I can say anything to anyone about what can a horrible event like that do in your childhood, and it all depends. It's as simple as that. It all depends on you. If you can't get over it, if you can't realize that the world is going to keep going without you, that the world is incredibly cruel, and that the world has absolutely no regard for you or anything that you do in your life, it just goes. If you can't get through that, you will never be successful. And ladies and gentlemen, that is all I can really say about it. Because if you can't take something as tragic as death and turn it into something positive, then you will never truly mourn the loss and get over it. So hopefully you'll appreciate this video and the time that I took to make it, and the fact that it's pretty close, and listen to it all the way through, guys. You guys have a good night. Thanks for watching.